Hello, Paul Hamilton here again. iPads in schools today. This tutorial I want to have a look at iBooks and in particular some free resources that are out there. I think iBooks is one of those areas that has, I guess, become secondary to apps, and I think we need to explore some of the things that are in iBooks because it's a real viable option now. I want to look at this book here, A Year in Focus, 2011, on the top column of my bookstore here. It's called Year in Focus. It's by Getty Images, beautiful photography, and I want to look at this as an avenue for some research for high school students. It's a free iBook. It comes with all of the bells and whistles of iBook's author, embedded video, galleries and so forth. So let's take a look at it. Obviously it's the Year in Focus, so I'll click on the first page here. Talks a little bit about the book itself, and you can see here that we've got some embedded video. So the first thing you might do with your secondary students is view this video here as a stimulus for some of the great pictures that are actually taken within this video. So that could be your starting point in your lesson. I want to show you today a couple of different ways that you might actually use this. You can see here it's got your beautiful music and your imagery over the top. So wonderful stimulus looking at the major events that have happened in the last probably 12 to 18 months. So I'll just stop that video there. As I said before, it's an iBook, so it's got this embedded video and other rich digital media resources that you can use. So if I go to the next, we start with news. And so the good thing about this book here is it's got beautiful photography as a stimulus, but it also provides all the different areas that might engage your students. So we've got those students that might be interested in world events, those that are interested in music, those that are interested in pop culture, those that are interested in sport, and we can look at the different things here. So we've got Libya, some different beautiful photography of the different things that happened in Egypt over the last 18 months. Libya again, Egypt. I'll stop at this one. Now, I'm stopping at this one to illustrate the point that this may well be for Year 11 and 12 students because some of the content and the images here is certainly not for primary or lower secondary age students. But here's an example here of a picture taken in the Ukraine, highest population of AIDS in the world at the moment, growing-wise, HIV. And so as a health unit, you could start to look at some of the implications that that might have and so forth. If we go along here, we've got the drugs trade, natural disasters, the US and so on. So we could look at the earthquakes, we could look at a whole range of different things in context. And we know that because it is a book here, we have got a potential to write notes throughout this book as well. How would I use this in a secondary classroom? I would leave this open. I would make it an open investigation where students get to select one of the images that inspires them the most, and then they can personally research that topic. This being one of the most spectacular images I've ever seen with the Canadian riots, and look at what happened before the image, what happened during and after the image, and research those different areas. Hopefully you can see here, once again, this is a total free resource from the iBook store that you might be able to use with your secondary students, and hopefully our students are exposed to some wonderful images and triggers an interest where they can go and research a certain area of what's happened in the last 18 months in the world. Paul Hamilton here, signing off, iPads in schools.